Most people don't realize that being ignored activates the same regions of the brain as physical pain. That tightness in your chest, the heaviness in your stomach, the sudden drop in energy. It is not weakness. It is your nervous system reacting to what it perceives as a threat. Being ignored does not just hurt emotionally, it hurts physically. And by the end of this, you will understand why silence can feel like a punch to the body, what is happening inside your brain when someone withdraws, and how to stop internalizing that pain as proof that something is wrong with you. Human beings are wired for connection. From the moment we are born, survival depends on attachment. An infant who is ignored does not simply feel sad. Their body enters distress because connection equals safety. That wiring never fully disappears. When someone ignores you, especially someone important to you, your brain interprets it as social rejection, and social rejection in evolutionary terms meant danger. Thousands of years ago, being excluded from the group could reduce your chances of survival. Your brain has not updated that ancient alarm system. This is why the pain feels real, because neurologically it is. Research in social neuroscience shows that the brain regions activated during physical injury are also activated during social exclusion. The same alarm network lights up. The body releases stress hormones. Your heart rate may shift. Muscles tense. Breathing changes. The experience is embodied, not imagined. Think about the last time someone left your message on read, or when you walked into a room and felt invisible. Did you notice your body? A sinking feeling, heat in your face, a sudden wave of self-consciousness. Why would silence trigger such intensity? Because the brain is a prediction machine. It constantly scans for social cues to confirm belonging. Eye contact, tone of voice, response timing, micro-expressions. When those signals disappear, the brain struggles to interpret the gap, and uncertainty amplifies threat. Silence is ambiguous, and ambiguity is stressful. If someone insults you directly, at least the message is clear, but when someone ignores you, your mind fills in the blanks. Did I do something wrong? Are they upset? Am I not important? The brain prefers a painful certainty over an uncertain void, so it creates stories. And often, those stories turn inward. Here is a surprising insight. Being ignored activates not only pain centers, but also self-referential thinking networks. That means your brain shifts attention toward evaluating yourself. You begin replaying interactions, analyzing tone, searching for mistakes. Have you ever noticed how quickly your confidence drops when you feel excluded? That shift is not random. Your nervous system is trying to restore belonging by identifying what to fix. In relationships, this becomes even more intense. When a partner withdraws or gives the silent treatment, the body reacts as if connection is being threatened. For some people, the response is anxiety. For others, it is anger. But underneath both is the same root: fear of disconnection. The body does not distinguish between physical isolation and emotional distance. It reacts to both. At work, being ignored by a colleague or manager can trigger similar responses. You send an email and receive no reply. A suggestion is overlooked in a meeting. Others are acknowledged, but you are not. It may seem small, yet your chest tightens, motivation dips. Why? Because status and inclusion are tied to safety in social groups. Even modern workplaces activate ancient social circuits. Let me ask you something. When you're ignored, what hurts more, the silence itself or what you think it means about you? For most people, it's the meaning. The human brain is deeply sensitive to belonging. Psychologists describe belonging as a fundamental need, similar to food or rest. When that need is threatened, the body mobilizes resources to regain it. Stress hormones rise, attention narrows, emotional sensitivity increases. That's why small moments of exclusion can feel disproportionately large. There's also the role of expectation. Being ignored by a stranger feels different than being ignored by someone close. The closer the bond, the stronger the expectation of responsiveness. When that expectation is violated, the brain experiences a mismatch. That mismatch creates cognitive and emotional strain. You expected warmth, you received silence. The gap hurts. Another layer is control. Humans feel safer when they understand cause and effect. If someone explains why they need space, your brain can process it, but unexplained silence removes control. You can't respond to what you don't understand. To cope with this, people develop defensive emotional habits. Some become hypervigilant, constantly scanning for signs of disapproval. Others preemptively disengage, protecting themselves by withdrawing first. And some people become especially nice, overcompensating to avoid any possible mistake. Do you recognize any of these habits in yourself? Consider this final thought. Imagine instead of immediately internalizing silence as proof of your own deficiencies, you began to see it as an indicator of someone else's emotional state. The brain jumps to the "it's me" explanation because that's the only variable at play you have influence over. But what if silence simply represented a moment of disconnection, not a reflection of your worth? Understanding the body's reaction to ignoring you is the first step towards stopping the internal pain. It is not simply emotional sensitivity, it is a deeply embedded biological response. Next time you feel ignored, pause for a moment and notice what the pain is doing to you. It isn't weakness, it is your body asking for connection. And understanding that body is how you regain your balance even when silence is all you hear.
Loss of control intensifies stress responses in the body. Muscles tighten, sleep may be affected, appetite shifts. It is not dramatic, it is biological. Now consider something deeper. Sometimes being ignored activates old emotional memories, not consciously but physiologically. If earlier experiences in life involved feeling unseen or dismissed, present-day silence can echo that history. The nervous system does not separate past from present as neatly as logic does. It reacts based on pattern recognition. Have you ever wondered why one person's silence devastates you while another's barely registers? Often, it is not about the current situation alone. It's about what that silence represents internally. Here is another surprising truth. People often underestimate the impact of ignoring others. They may believe silence avoids conflict. They may think distance is neutral. But from a psychological perspective, consistent ignoring can feel like social erasure, and the brain is highly sensitive to social erasure. This is why even brief exclusion in experiments causes measurable drops in mood and belonging. Participants report feeling invisible. Their bodies show stress activation. It doesn't take long. So what can you do when you feel this physical reaction rising? First, recognize it for what it is, a nervous system response, not proof that you are unworthy. Labeling the experience reduces its intensity. Instead of thinking something is wrong with me, try noticing my brain is reacting to perceived exclusion. That small shift creates space. Second, examine the story forming in your mind. Is it fact or interpretation? Silence has many possible explanations: overwhelm, distraction, emotional limitation. Your brain will default to self-blame because it wants control. But self-blame is not always accurate. Pause before accepting the harshest explanation. Third, strengthen sources of connection that are consistent. The brain regulates best in safe relationships. When you have stable bonds elsewhere, one moment of silence feels less catastrophic. Emotional resilience is built through repeated experiences of secure connection. But let's go even deeper. Why does being ignored sometimes trigger anger instead of sadness? Because anger is a protective emotion. When the body senses social pain, anger can create a sense of power. It shifts you from vulnerability to action. It says, "I will not tolerate this." Underneath anger, however, is often hurt. If you look closely, you may find both. There's also a paradox here. The more you chase someone who is ignoring you, the more your brain reinforces the idea that they are essential for relief. Attention becomes a reward. When it is withdrawn, craving increases. This is similar to how intermittent reinforcement strengthens habits. Have you noticed how silence can make you think about someone more, not less? That's your brain seeking resolution. Understanding this dynamic allows you to interrupt it. Instead of compulsively checking your phone, redirect attention intentionally. Give your nervous system evidence that connection and safety still exist. Over time, the physical intensity decreases. But none of this means the pain is imaginary. It's real. Your brain treats social exclusion as a threat because historically it was one. The body responds accordingly. The key difference in modern life is that being ignored rarely determines survival. It feels urgent, but it's not life-threatening. Reminding yourself of that distinction can calm the alarm system. Next time you feel that sharp reaction to silence, pause. Notice your breathing. Notice your posture. Notice the story forming. Ask yourself gently, is this about now or does it echo something older? That question alone can shift the experience. In the end, being ignored hurts physically because connection is not a luxury, it's a biological need. Your brain is wired to protect it. The pain you feel is not weakness, it's evidence of how deeply human you are. But here's the empowering part. While you can't control whether others respond, you can learn to regulate your own nervous system. You can choose interpretations carefully. You can build environments where your presence is acknowledged. Silence from one person does not define your value. It activates an ancient system designed for survival. And once you understand that system, it loses some of its power over you. If this resonated, reflect on how your body responds to exclusion. Share your experience in the comments if you feel comfortable. And if you want to continue exploring the psychology behind everyday emotional reactions, consider subscribing. The more you understand your mind, the less controlled you are by it.